Sorry, guys. Those are catch memes. You should understand. It's only my pain. It's solely my pain.
I'm glad Sartan read out the map name because I was avoiding that for the last.
I can speak a bit of Polish.
I cannot.
Ola Maciejewska, Przemysław Kleczkowski, Błogosławieni Miro. I still can't really speak Polish fully, right? I have Polish grandparents, though, so I go to Poland every single year, but that's the only place where I learn Polish. But I know from the Polish team that they love to have me pronounce their difficulty names. So they're probably going to highlight this one, clip it out, as typical, as they've always done. They've always tried to mess me up with these really long team names for my own tournaments too, which I'm not going to try and pronounce here. Even Polish people wouldn't be able to make anything of that.
It's Kamikaze, our resident Polish mania person, linked me this video of an old Polish movie about the war, and that this person just says his name, and it's the longest thing I've ever seen in my life, and oh my god. I'll show it to you later, but Polish is just something I can't bring myself to pronounce correctly. I know CZ is ch, but that's the only thing I know.
I mean, I can speak easier lang, I guess. I can speak the childish difficulty. So I'm still on beginner diff, really, if you think about it, if you would see it like an OC diff.
Better than me.
I'm the basics.
In the negatives in terms of Polish phonetics. I mean, when I see 4 or 5 consonants in a row, that's just an indication that this is not going to go well. Leci Ceci holding a very nice combo at the moment, though. This is quite a long song, seemingly. We're only a third of the way through it. Yeah, typical Leci, I agree.
Oh, you should remember, guys, you should pronounce like a Boguslaveni, not Boguslaveni. That's a W. But you can't type wizard, obviously, so it's a L, but it's a W. Okay, cool.
The L with the cross through it, do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, the woo sound. Yeah, okay. You can type that in Oz, so I've seen it on the Nigdy Mao map.
But can you do it on maps? That's the question.
Yeah, you can.
Really?
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of mind blown.
If you don't put a Romanized version, I think it automatically shows up as that.
Do we have any polls to confirm? Oh no, it's a terror. Why did you put that? No.
Oh, there we go. Someone linked the name I was talking about in Twitch chat. Thank you, Daduch777.
Jesus. Lechu Chechu, right? Edgarati. He's told me that so many times before.
Yeah, isn't it Lechu Chechu?
No, Lechu Chechu.
Lechu Chechu.
I think,
oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's what people told me. Oh, and there's Globorus too. There's all the Katsubi Poles coming out of the darkness, trying to stab me with their Polish words. Typical behavior of the Poles. Really? Thanks for ruining my commentary experience every single time, guys. See? Somebody said that I'm pronouncing it well. Thank you, Fresher. These kind of comments at least brighten up my day a little bit. Maybe you want to do all the Polish pronunciation from here on.
Oh, God, no, I'll let you handle that, Sartan.
I'll let you handle that. Forehead.
You see, I thought since I wasn't with Zetrot today, I wouldn't have to deal with this, but...
I'm just as childish, if not more.
Well, at least none of them is named Grzegorz, whatever the heck that is. I'm never gonna say that.
Grzegorz, long name.
Grzegorz Bryncyckiewicz. Bryncyckiewicz. Something like that.
And thanks for the wishes, Crystallize. You two, good luck with your matchup coming soon. Redemption for Sartan. I mean, I could try letter by letter, right? Bryncyckiewicz.
No, the E with the tail has an N at the end, I think.
Bronskiewicz?
Bręczykiewicz. Something like
Don't
that.
make me create another clip. Let's stray away from the Polish words and focus on the match then.
Yes, please.
Incoming 500 clips of me trying to do Polish together with Vav.
So now a hopefully conventional warm-up from China. Based on the song name, I'm thinking, yeah.
I'm thinking yeah as well. Commentators now say something Chinese. No, guys, stop this. Stop.
No. Actually, how do you pronounce the current artist of the map? That's right now.
I believe it's UC.
Yuki, alright.
I think.
Close enough.
Yuki.
No.
I'm one of those people who would deliberately pronounce things wrong.
Oh,
But
you're not
like
purpose,
it.
that's fine then.
I'm being kicked soon, I think. Darn.
I mean, I do it all the time. so-
Juicy, I guess. Well, I mean, it makes sense for it to be juicy.
Oh. Yeah, that works.
Marked up with the pronunciation tips. Wow.
Okay, I got you. Something Hungarian.
Oh.
There you go. You got exactly what you asked for.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Uh,
No, I'm not. No,
You
before
can.
you even ask. It's not happening.
How much do you get paid?
1 slap.
Commentator say something Dutch. Haha, Aniko, you're trying to be very funny. Gotta love my teammates.
God, I had a friend who spoke Afrikaans, and half the time I thought he was sneezing.
Dusk with Hard Rock, as well as Vampy HDHR. And there's a miss from Vampire, I'm sorry. Now this one is very jumpy. Some very farly extended jumps too. Some misses coming in from Dusk and Vampy, but other than that, everybody's holding up very nicely to their combo. Poland really putting up their A game. And that happens right when everybody misses and almost fails. Okay, sorry. Typical Saturn. Commentator, say something English. Niet. Only Crystal here with the only full combo and SS as well at that. Great performance. I mean, I've recently seen Crystal as well in a standard tournament, and this guy's really talented. He can do all sorts of things in standard too. Not sure how his Mania and Taika skills are looking like, since those are mini flash games just like Catch as well, but I mean, his Catch skill anyway, very high level too. I'm looking at the chat. Somebody confirmed that Crystal is a full mode player. I should check on that.
I know there are a couple of players who are really good at multi-moding, but the only one I really know is Runa.
I mean, knowing the catch community, a very good all mode play is PM from Japan. Being very good at some combos on catch the beat, but he's had like 9, well, not 9k, but like at least 6k.
On old maps is just like, he's almost MJJ level.
Agreeing with you there. I mean, looking at Crystal, he has 2.8 KPP for Psycho and around the 5k mark for Mania, so I guess you could consider that a all mode player too. I mean, looking at his standard and catch skill, it compensates for lots too. What a monster. But look at Dusk's combos. Well, only having had one mace, I think. Jesus Christ. Calm down, dude.
Crystal FSing as well, jeez.
Yeah, the Chinese team is looking good as always. Yeah, that's typical Dusk as well. One missing. Not even having a single droplet miss other than that one hiccup at the very start of the map. Wow.
Hard Rock, one miss. Yeah, Dusk in a nutshell.
I mean, Vampire is not a bad hard rock play by any means, and he has 30 misses, so that just shows you how far Dusk has gone into the realms of skill.
So what I'm interested in is Poland during the group stages. They did not have Wujek Gryzhyb with them. Is he present for this round of 16?
Not sure if Wujek is here. He's one of the older players from Poland. You see some newbies coming in. Well, not newbies, since their skill is very good as well. Mostly Pillow and Lechi. Those being the main motor blocks for Hard Rock and Double Time, I think. But Wujek, I could see him play on some hidden picks, I guess. But
yeah, definitely.
To be fair, I think that the Polish team without Wujek is already very good.
Oh, no doubt
I
about
mean,
that.
there's only a great addition, but hey.
Hopping around. Now we should be getting into the roles fairly
They
soon.
only C2B. Yeah, this is the Osu Catch World Cup iBlitz. I'm not quite sure when the other World Cups commence, but for the upcoming weeks, you'll only be seeing some Osu Catch action on your screen as you're tuning into Osu Live next to some podcasts and whatever. But in the weekends, you're only going to see the Osu Catch World Cup. Looking at the Polish roster, they actually don't have Wujek this year. They have Cosmic Power of Darkness, Hirikoshi, Vampire, Lechicheku, and Philo. And to be fair, I think that's the right choice. I don't think Wujek is up to speed at this point anymore. I have not seen it play in a long time anyway. Not actively by any means. The current roster is probably the best roster Poland can really grab out of their players, and I think they've really done themselves good this year to pick up Philo and Lechicheku as well, which they didn't do previous years as far as I remember. They have a very good overall team now. Satin, did you still keep my card that I created for you? Of course I did, Future. Of course. Why wouldn't I?
Well, Domi, we have Magnemizer for that in other World Cups, particularly PWC. So.
Don't forget your brain.
Oh yeah, good old Effian.
You have the manpower, they're just not here.
So we're opening with Blooming Crowns.
Oh wait, really? Nice.
Yeah,
I am okay
I'm
with-
glad. When it got banned last match, I was a little upset, but getting to see it now will be interesting. This does have a few patterns that require some remembering. Around halfway in, I think, or maybe 600 combo.
Between 400 and 600, there's
Yeah.
the missing spots, really. There's this one jump in this map that almost every single time I just simply miss, but not sure how these players would cope with it. Down in Poland, they fully
I
practice
think I
the
know
living
which
hell out
you're
of this map.
talking about. Yeah, knowing the
China,
Polish team.
very skillable. Wait, that's cool. Blumenkranz as an opener. Also, for everybody in the stream, this is going to be a best out of 9 match. So that means the first team that grabs 5 points in total will take the win and will, well, advance to the next round in the winners bracket in the Osu Catch World Cup. The loser of this match will go right into the losers bracket. Abella being banned for Poland, which seems like a logical choice to me. Abella being very much jumpy, and I don't think the Poles really like it too much. The distance from China, I think China just picked the longest map just because they don't feel like bothering with it. Not to insult any other teams by saying that China is this godlike team, but I mean, China, they are covered on pretty much all mods too. And the Ascendance map, the Cliff Edge map, requires a lot of consistency as well as concentration to be kept. That's like the main issue with the map. You need to keep your concentration intact, otherwise you're not going to be able to see it. Simply as that. It's not so difficult of a map.
Go
No,
on.
that was pretty much it. It's not too difficult of a map, so all you really want to care about is simply not missing and not straying off while playing. You continue, sorry.
No, I was about to say pretty much the same thing that you were saying. It's not the skill that's required for the map. It's just the consistency and concentration, as you mentioned. Pretty much made all my points for me.
Nice. We are getting into the first map. Lechu Chechu, the only one with hidden other the players, simply pick it up double time, not doing anything too special with hidden. I wonder who's gonna take this point. I do see that Poland will have a fair chance of winning this one. I do see.
Yeah, based on their methods of practice, I'd have to agree with you there.
Oh, two simultaneous misses coming from Dusk and Boba of Darkness, equaling out the score still, but hey, that's weird to see in a spot like that, to be fair.
That is extremely strange with 2 misses as the same.
Split advantage just slightly for Poland, having 1 banana more than China right now. So if this keeps up, this is going to be Poland's win, but I do suspect there's going to be more misses towards the end of the map. This could be tricky too, but everybody's catching it. There's 289 points of difference currently. Jesus. And the teams could see it just there, so that's going to build up some nerves too. We have reached the 400 combo points, so after this, I expect to see a lot of misses. There's another Ki here. And there's 4 misses all over the board. Boba, Lechi, Krista, and Kellyanet not being able to keep their combo. Now only Dusk and Cosmet left with a combo above the 200 mark. And the lead is still in the hands of Poland, ever so slightly. We're gonna get into that filthy jump very soon. Or maybe we've seen it already. I was too focused on the plays missing there. But that's some crazy gameplay. And there's the annoying jump, I think. Let's check you being the one to miss it, giving China the advantage, and that's actually pretty huge. As the map is almost ending, Cosmet also will find a miss right towards Jin, and China is gonna go off with this one very luckily, I think. grabbing and securing their first point in this match with a lot of misses being found by the Polish players at the very end of the map. Not sure what went wrong there. I think it's mostly down to nerves. China, first point taken by them.
Yeah, I'd say they were quite fortunate to get away with that. Not sure what was going on at the end of the Polish side there, but, well, as you mentioned, probably nerves.
I do think so. This is pretty weird to see, frankly state. Especially from players like Cosmet, which are very good at playing double time under these circumstances. Mina, oh god, there's some pronunciation again. Mina Mishita evolved.
Yeah.
We just kind of call it reincarnated for the time being. No one pick a high star rating in the entire map pool, even higher than the tiebreaker. Pretty compact map. Slow beginning, ramps up towards the middle, and then has a lot of jumps towards the end. Kind of inverted too. So some players are not really too comfortable on these kind of jumps. They don't expand towards the end of the borders, but they go inwards. So could confuse some people too. I suspect most misses to be around 600 to 800 combo. If any, at all. It's very much foreseeable, but I have not seen it played under the tournament circumstances and tournament nerves yet, so I can't judge how everybody is exactly going to perform on it. As for solo play, this is a very doable map though. Even though it has the highest star rating in the entire map, well, I mean, you shouldn't be basing your judgments off of that at all.
Yeah, for sure.
Looking in the chat actually mentioning you can actually expect fails on this, I think. I wouldn't know, to be fair. I suspect there to be misses, but fails? I mean,
fails probably
wrong,
not.
If you snap, well, he has sort of a point, because if you snap wrongly into one of those latter half jumps, and you just lose focus, and you lose the rhythm, you might just fail because you miss 6+ notes when doing that.
That's true. You should be able to bring it back, though.
Yeah, you should be able to. So I don't expect this to be very much detrimental to any of these two teams anyway. Going in with Vampy, Fellow, and Hirokoshi for the Polish side. Dust Crystal and Calumet staying in on this map too.
Interesting note that the BPM of this song varies between 160 and 180. I believe it's towards the end that it swaps out.
Yep.
And here we start seeing some of those slider dashes, which make up the brunt of this map's difficulty, I suppose you could say.
The exponentially growing quantity towards the end of the map though.
Oh yeah, as the tempo of the song rises and becomes more intense, the mapping grows to reflect that. It does get quite dashy towards the end.
Yeah, there's this very long jump section. Well, not very long, but it contains like 100+ notes, and I think that's where the star rating mostly comes from.
Yeah, probably.
Here's some inverted jumps, as you can see. Everybody having those though.
Yeah, some people have trouble with those inward jumps a little. If there was any sort of screw-ups, you might expect a few there as well, but not from these guys.
True. I mean, the accuracy advantage right now is in China's hands. With 2 accuracy drops on the Polish side of things, Vampy and Hirokoshi being those people. And here's the Ki.
Everyone's still holding strong as we go further into the Ki. No drops from anybody, other than those accuracy drops that Sarkin mentioned earlier.
I'm feeling those nerves a little bit.
Yeah, I know how you feel.
Everybody
And
holding on, it's gonna come down to the wire.
Is
Really
there a banana
dependent-
section at the end? I think there is.
Here's
Will
the
it be
jump
spin to
soon. Ah, this is
right
gonna-
before the end. Here we go. Oh.
Let's see if anybody fetches any misses on this map. And Hirokoshi with him right towards the last 2 jumps, giving the win securely to China. That was very close though. This could have gone down to bananas, and I think Poland had a fair chance of getting that point then. Ouch! That hurts a lot. Hirikoshi not being able to cooperate with the nerfs well enough to take this win away from China. 0-2 for them. But as you can see, this is really intense. We're getting into Cherry Blossom, a double time pick. Picked by China. Again, it's the safe double time pick, really. People are very much used to spectator mapping at this point. Being one of the most popular DT'd mappers as well. I wonder how this one is going to turn out. Again, Polish players having practiced a lot on these map pools should be able to do this, but the Chinese team has very, very, very good double time players too. Dusk and Kalyanet having some crazy performances in some AO9 plus double time maps too. I mean, they're pretty well known for doing those. But this is not about speed or crazy reading. This is just consistency all over and over and over. And that's very important in tournament play.
Yeah, we'll start seeing the speedier picks in later map pools, most likely.
Here we are, only Lechuchechu picking hidden. No, actually Vampire 2, I can only see it now. All Chinese players playing it safe without any hidden turned on. Here we are, third map of the match. Poland looking to scramble a few points away from China.
Can they do it on double time though, is the question.
Chinese picks, I wonder if they are able of doing it, but knowing the team again, practice makes perfect. This is one of those maps that they can really shine on.
We'll see in a couple hundred combo, I think. That's when stuff starts going down in this map. Everyone holding strong so far though, about a third of the way in. Last time we saw this map, we had a drop right before the break from Lucky Kasama, but not this time. Nobody making any mistakes yet.
Hidden details
Two
scores
accuracy
from both
drops on the
teams.
Polish side.
And here's the first accuracy drops indeed, giving this slight lead to China. But nothing detrimental for the Polish team yet. And a miss for Vampire, that's gonna hurt way more, however.
Yep.
The map is almost coming to its close. Vampire is definitely not happy looking at the way he is walking around with his catch. I think multiple Chinese players will have to miss in order for Poland to grab this win still.
Yeah, I think it's all over for Poland
Happen, I
now.
think.
Oh,
Lechuchechu
Lechuchechu.
following it up with another miss, giving China a secure win. Kasumi's miss is not going to matter a lot here in the grand scheme of things. And there's more misses all over the board. Dusk being the only one to FC the entirety of the map. The other players all having one or more misses. Actually, miss-wise, this was really close. But
Yeah.
score-wise, pretty big difference.
Yeah, the misses just happened too far apart. The misses from Kasumi, Cosmid, and Kalyanet were all at the absolute end of the map, whereas Vampire's early miss really cost Poland a large chunk of their score.
I think it also demoralized because the break came right after the miss from Vampire. I think the
Yeah.
Polish players notified it, and then they saw that all the Chinese players still had an FC. That kind of drags you down.
It does.
Especially
Morale
when
is
the map
pretty
only
important.
is on 20% of the map left. But there's only 20% of the map left, I mean.
So what will Poland come back with now?
I think we're just gonna go and see some more no more. To be fair.
Yeah, probably.
Typical
oh,
pan. If only.
I'm pretty sure that's a staple in every map pool. It's there somewhere. Just when you least expect it, it'll come and catch you.
So Chad, do you think that Poland still has a chance of beating China here? What are your expectations for the remainder of the match? I think that Poland should at least grab 1 point at this point to keep their motivation rolling, but they do have the possibility of taking away points from China. I mean, look at these scores. They aren't too bad from Poland. It's just that China is dominating right now.
Maybe
Even
we'll
so, they are
finally see
also fighting
Oblivion.
this. Oblivion? No, Koizumi.
Oh, alright. Yeah. Huh. That's the Siriru map, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there we go. Hard
Remembrance.
Alright.
And Poland.
I think Hard Rock against China. I'm not sure, but alright. Let's see where this goes.
So I'm seeing a lot of people in chat saying that Poland will now take 5 points consecutively.
Why not?
I mean, why not indeed? You're correct. 0-4 and then 5-4 for Poland reverse sweep. I mean, who knows? Cross your fingers
apparently-
anyway and hype it up.
Yes, apparently this map is the highest ever accuracy.
Really?
So far, right above Russian roulette. Like,
I mean, the drop is
right
actually difficult
above
to
Russian roulette. Russian roulette's average is 99.9. This one is 99.91.
I guess it shouldn't
Huge
be that
difference.
surprising. Yeah, as Sarton mentioned, the droplets in this map aren't that spaced out. It's the actual fruits themselves. There are some triple patterns that you have to kind of remember.
Yep. I mean, it's that case with most combats, especially these in the map pool, that droplets aren't quite as hard as on cat-specific maps. They toy around way more with it, with cat-specifics, but I mean, you logically don't see them on combats all too much because back in these days, the older mapping days, you had more linear patterns too,
Yep.
and that translated right into catch to beat as well. Here we are, fourth map of the match. Poland still looking to grab the first points. China looking towards that 5th point that they need. Vampy here with the first miss very early on. Nerves, I think.
Yeah, we're seeing 3 hit-ins from the aforementioned Vampire, Lekucheku, and Nagi from the Chinese side.
Here's the annoying spacings. Nobody dropping those, luckily.
Yep. So far, so good. Just one early miss from Vampire as we head towards the first TI.
And there's Nagi and both Sakurano missing, giving Poland the lead now.
Is this the opening for Poland?
It
The
does
TI
seem
is coming
so.
up. If they can hold combo for just a minute longer, they might have it.
Knowing Lekucheku and Cosper though don't seem very keen on dropping on this map anyway. Just the overall tournament performance is very good for these two. That's painful for China, but that's really good news for Poland. There's no upcoming break though, so they can't view the Chinese scores. They'll still have to wait out a little longer to be able to see those. And no break, never mind. Bad commentator anyway. Nagi and Sakurana are back up on the tuna combo. Nagi missing right as I said it. I'm so sorry for cursing you there. But this is looking very solid for Poland. Really liking the performance. Hype it up for Poland, people, as they seem to be picking the first point up here. And there's the break. The Polish people are relieved of their duties now, kinda. They just have to play the remainder of the map and see it, and they'll have the first point in. And there's another miss for Sakurana Karimo, as well as Duskanagi, and it's probably sealed at this point. Poland gonna take this first point. Finally, it took them a little while, but there they are.
Great to see them finally take the point. They deserve it.
I mean, this is totally a remembrance map. And that's where the Poles shine in. They can now see the Chinese scores. Every single one of them having dropped Vampy and Cosmet are very much happy, as you can see. Cosmet's still with an SS2. And there's a buffer.
The suspense.
Yeah, suspense. I had hope for nobody to DC on the Polish side now.
Oh, that would just be the worst twist of fate.
Exactly. It's the only thing that can save China from this inevitable win from Poland, but let's not hope that it'll happen. I had a cry. And I can already see that Lecce says yes in Polish there, and that means it's there. So they have taken their first point. Lecce with some misses right towards the end of the map, but indeed, huge score difference too. Accounting for 261,000. Polish first win in this matchup. Great to see. Glad to see that this is not a clean sweep.
Oh yeah, they're still fighting. It's good to see the morale still there. They haven't given up. They're fighting back.
Destruct! Oh my god!
Yes!
Jesus. Probably one of the hardest maps in this map. Destruct has no hyper dashes. It's all about catcher accuracy, catcher control, and not messing up those left-right patterns, which occur multiple times in the map. And if you don't have the correct rhythm going on, you're just simply gonna miss. And they happen every so often, right? You can't even build above a 2 in a combo if you miss every single one of them. I think JBA is just crying out of happiness now as well. We gave the guy the day of his life. So I think that China might just take this point fairly easily. Not sure how much Poland practiced this one, but it really comes down to that solely. How much did Poland practice this map? How much did they expect it coming from China? Here we are. Vampy, Hirikoshi, and Bob of Darkness playing this map. For China, again, Dusk, Nagi, and Kalyanet. Crystal being swapped out. I mean, I'm not even 100% certain about the fact whether he was playing on the previous map or not. Might be mistaken there, my bad. But as for now, they're gonna roll with Dusk, Nagi, and Kalyanet. There's early misses coming from Bobo of Darkness, not looking too good for the Polish team. Lots of misses, actually.
Yeah, Bober of Darkness missing quite a few times there. Vampire as well. Oh, Bober is not having a good time with this map. Jeez.
Yeah, he's not even pulling up from an A at this point. Dusk with his first miss for China. Here's where most misses tend to occur, and as you can see, Nagi and Hirikoshi also dropping. Only Kalyanet left with a full combo at this point. Kalyanet being one of the best,
well,
if not best, tournament player from China too. I mean, his performance in my tournaments has been crazy too, so I'm not surprised to see this coming from Kalyanet at all.
Yeah, look at him go! That wiggle pattern, oh my goodness. No issues from him whatsoever.
Nagi are holding on to now as well, but all the Polish people are just falling apart on this one. seemingly not having practiced enough. As I already said, it all comes down whether they have practiced this one, because you need it. You really need it. Huge score difference now. China showing off a little bit of dominance here. And again, Poland is a long way off of the victory in this match. The fifth map
Wow.
being taken by China. Calumet
Calumet with
Jesus.
I just wow.
That's impressive. You can wow there. Yep.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing too many of those in this round of 16. And
Nope.
SS on Destruct. Goodness gracious.
I think JBH just found a new best friend. Well, the next pick is going to be for Poland, so let's hope that they still have a safe pick left to at least grab another point. That would be nice. Glamorous. I mean, we can also hope for a reverse sweep. I'm not saying that that's impossible, but hey, but let's at least hope for another point for Poland. They've performed very well in this match. I mean, the Destruct play, it's just a really tricky map. I can understand them just falling apart on
Yeah.
that map.
It is.
As for hidden, China only has one more hidden map left, being the Korean song, the AI 8.8 map. Again, I forgot the name. Typical
Russian
South.
roulette.
Russian roulette, indeed. The only map left for China to pick on hidden, and that's not really that tricky of a map, really. It's more of, hey, remember these jumps here and there. Remember to concentrate, and you've got an FC. It's not like Destruct anyway.
Yeah, it's nothing like Destruct in terms of overall difficulty.
So maybe Poland is safe for the next few picks if they play it correctly. They're gonna go with Above the Clouds, Hard Rock.
Oh, this was banned last time. Same with Destruct, so I'm glad we're seeing both maps this time.
Mm-hmm. Now, Above the Clouds, as for Hard Rock, it's a very tranquil map. It has a very, very slow section in the midst of it too, but it mostly builds up nerves. Some typical catch spacings. It's not too overly extended by any means, but it's all about not missing those. If you mess up once in the map, you're probably gonna find a loss on this one. In this matchup, anyway. Suspect most of the misses happen after 200 mark. 200 combo
If
mark,
any.
that is. If any, indeed.
So here we go. Potential match point for China. Potential second point for Poland. Twitch chat, as always, whoever you think will take it, remember to give your energy to the proper side. And we should be getting
And I'm
started
hoping that
in
proper
just a
side is
moment.
Poland now. Want to see that tiebreaker, right? I mean, I'm not picking
Yeah,
sides.
Here
I'm
we
picking
go.
tiebreakers.
Oh yeah, no, I'm with you 100% of the way.
Vampire and Lecce both picking hidden again. Typical.
Indeed.
As all players are loading into the map, here we are. Not even
couldn't
able to
tell
tell
who
who has the
won
spin
the,
advantage.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say. Same.
Feels good. That's only a good sign. I mean, look at that score spazzing out now. It kind of settled down. I think it's Poland with the slight advantage.
Yeah, it looks that way. After that other spinner, Poland has a slight advantage on my screen as well. By about 2,000 points.
It's probably mostly Cosmet's work, as Cosmet is a great spinner. Dusk also having a very good spin looking at his screen.
Oh, yeah.
It's mostly Crystal that doesn't really have a lot of bananas on his plate.
Oh, dear. Cosmet with a miss.
Ah!
That's going to cost Poland their small lead. Kalyanet also coming in with a miss, though, so Poland does have a chance to slightly bring it back once they both get up to 200.
Exactly.
China
I think
gonna
that
hold a slight
Poland has the
advantage for
slight
now,
advantage. Yeah. As Cosmet missed prior to the tuna combo, I think that they have the very slight advantage if Cosmet is still even able to get tuna combo now.
Oh, but Jeku does miss
let's
this.
just win the
That will
main.
set them back again.
As you said, indeed, they will set them back, and I think this time it's the final setback for them, as Dusk and Crystal
there's
don't
just
seem
no
to be
time.
missing.
There's just no time. Will Lepicheku even get up to 200? I don't think he
Not
will,
even.
because another
Not
miss
even.
there. So
Yeah.
that's,
It's looking
and it
safe
looks
for
like
China.
Poland- Indeed.
Oh, that's a bummer
But they
for
played
Poland.
well, Poland. They did manage to take 1 point off of China, and that is no mean feat.
Like, apologizing to his team already. I mean, you don't have to. You played very well. So no need to feel
Oh, no
so.
doubt.
It's the Chinese team after all. It's very difficult to match them at it by any
Dusk
means.
with
I mean,
an
you did great.
SS, Crystal with just 1 droplet, Vampire with, I think, 2 droplets perhaps. Yep.
Yep, Poland
Doing
played
his
well.
best to hold
China
on.
played better. That's pretty much the main premise here.
Yeah, that's all there is to it. Nobody played bad. One team just played slightly better.
Well done to both teams.
Oh, definitely. Congratulations to China. Hopefully their group stage strategy will pay off in the upcoming weeks. We will find out. And good luck to Poland. I don't think they're out of it yet. I believe they have just dropped down to the losers bracket.
And the next match will be Indonesia versus Romania. Well, well, well. I'm just quickly gonna go over the predictions this time around again, because this one is kind of different from the others. Again, it's me, JBH, Dolan, and Xerox with the predictions, and everybody picked Indonesia except for Dolan. Dolan picking Romania here. Now, Romania, this is their first entry into any OSU World Cup, including Catston, of course, logically, right? And their team is very much capable. They have some really good players. You just haven't seen them a lot in tournament play because they didn't really have the chance to. But players like Pakachan and Crystallize, very much capable of doing some crazy stuff in catch. As for Indonesia, previous year's second places, they lost against China in the grand finals twice, 7-3 and 7-1 as far as I recall. But still, in these early stages of the tournament, Indonesia seems to be one of the greatest, if not greatest team of all of them. I can see the upset happening with Romania taking the point though. This is their first entry. We don't really have any kind of intel or expectations for their team. And I have spoken to a few of their members, including Crystallize, and they told me that they are not looking back at the past performances of Indonesia. They're just looking at their future. They're just focusing on themselves and just playing the best they can against Indonesia, not being too afraid of them. And that's a good thing. That's a good mindset to have in these kind of matchups. So this could go either way, hoping that Romania is going to scrape off a few points from Indonesia. Ultimately, I'm going to pick Indonesia as the winner from these two. But we'll see. Anything can happen in this match too.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a close contest. And if that incredibly detailed and intricate analysis from Sartan didn't answer any questions you might have with chat, feel free to pop a few our way while we're waiting for the next match to load up. We'll do our best to answer your queries.
Exactly. So what are your expectations for this match? Who do you think is going to win, and with how much of a score difference?
I'd say Indonesia is going to take it 5-2. like you said, we don't really know much about Romania overall since we have no previous really experience to gauge them off of. But like you said, in solo play, these players are quite capable on their own. As a first tournament experience, I expect the nerves will get to them somewhat, which is why I've got Indonesia on top, since they do have some prior experience. But we'll see. I expect it to be a somewhat close contest.
Yeah, I mean, Romania definitely do deserve a bit of the spotlight here. I mean, this is their first time in the tournament, and I mean, they made it to the round of 16. That in itself is an accomplishment.
Especially with these year's teams, or this year's teams, I mean. All of them are just so good. It's really crazy to see these capable teams all being in the round of 16. There's no real, like, black sheep between them. They're all really capable of coming further into the tournament. And
Yeah,
Romania has managed to take a spot there as well.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that they'll continue forward. I think they've got a bit of a massive roadblock in front of them at the moment, but I mean, I guess that's also what the double elimination bracket is for.
Yeah, we'll just have to see at that point. It's really hard to call yet, but I do hope they get far. It's always a morale boost when in your first appearance in a World Cup you can get to a certain point. And getting past the group stages, I think, is pretty
Yeah,
good.
speaking of morale boost, I gotta say, I don't think there's much of a better morale boost than seeing someone supporting your team with one of our fantastic support banners. Hint, hint.
I do really like those banners, though. They're quite pretty.
It's
I love
always
how
fun
they
to
match
find
with the-
you horrible segues to do that.
Where's the $ ELLOUT? Come on.
Yep, there we go. I'm
Down.
getting hate now.
At ARF, droops or berries. How did that not? Oh, right. 'Cause I was wondering what was highlighting. Jai, please.
So that way, there's a question about when the next Mania tournament will pop up. You probably know that one. Maybe you don't.
I know Nightbot does.
As far as I recall, I think the standard
July.
journey will happen first.
Open
And
around July.
I might be completely wrong. You could just only ask me things about cats, really.
Yeah, so Mania 4 key is after this, and that should open around probably like late July. I'm gonna take a guess at. For the record, guys, there are like Nightbot commands for each World Cup. So if you do want to know when a World Cup is, just use the command. I think it's like OWC, TWC, CWC, MWC 4 key, 4K, MWC 7 key. No, 7K, yeah, that one. There you guys got it.
You tried.
They're not
Good enough.
completely accurate. They are rough estimations though, okay? Just, it's better than nothing. I can't give exact dates. I really can't. I wish I could. That'd be fantastic if I knew the actual dates. I'm so glad I added those commands. They're so helpful.
They are. We get these questions every World Cup. That's nice to have.
Yeah, that's basically why I hate them, because I got sick of answering the questions.
Yeah, I completely understand you. It's every World Cup we get. Oh, when is OWC? When is MWC 7 coming?
Ask my bot, it knows.
It knows everything.
What's the meaning of life? At spots.
42. 42. It's always 42.
Typical.
People should just know this by now.
Yeah, right? I mean, it's shouted from every rooftop, I know.
Can anyone tell me what the rosters are? The rosters are all available on the wiki. There is a link to it under the stream, I believe.
Yes, there is.
Does that mean there's a 4 key in the next Ops tournament? Yeah, the next Ops tournament.
OWC is the next host tournament. Oh, no,
No?
4K Mania, that's right.
Yeah, 4
That's
key
got
Mania.
my
They're not
months
so cup, they're
mixed up,
mainly 7
excuse me.
So apparently the meaning of life is subjective.
What isn't subjective these days?
A fact?
Deep.
I'd be worried if a fact was still subjective.
To some people, everything is subjective.
Yeah, well, those people can be wrong. That's their problem. Who am I to deny people the blissful life of ignorance? I mean, I'll probably be a good person, but... Indonesia versus Romania bans. Ooh. Not very often we talk about the ban aspect of the match.
I don't know.
Like, kind of as we were talking about earlier, with Romania, it's hard to ban against Romania just because they're a wild card at this point. We don't know particularly a lot about them. With Indonesia, we can kind of get this rough idea that we might see a hard rock ban, maybe, but I feel like against Romania, Indonesia will either pick something that they themselves don't want to play, or is something that's just naturally annoying.
For Indonesia, Romania, I actually expect a lot of hard rock to be seen next to Nomad. These
Oh,
two.
okay.
Indonesia
Yeah,
seeming very capable of hard rock, but Romania not really being bad at all.
Yeah, but
For hard rock,
I like Romania will ban out the hard rock against Indonesia.
I feel like
Could
Romania might ban out something obvious like Destruct.
That would be a good choice as well, I think, because as well Indonesia has Deceitful, Indonesia has DK.
Exactly.
Those players are very scary on these kind of maps, so it might be correct there. Yeah. Seemingly Indonesia has their own made warm-up. Maybe we can
I
have somebody
hope
else
so.
pronounce it. Hey, Deadbeat.
Yo, what's
Your
up?
turn.
What am I
Time
trying
to
to pronounce?
pronounce that song name on your screen.
Summer
could,
vacation. Oh, did you?
Sorry?
Summer vacation. I mean, that was easy. You guys gave me an easy one.
Summer vacation. Wait, hold up. Oh yeah,
What
you
you-
don't have the client opened up, of course. Never mind. That's cool. That's cool. Shh, keep it a secret. The players may not yet know what's to come. As for the match, we'll be getting into it in about a minute-ish. So get prepared, everyone. Get your popcorn ready. Get your soda. Want some
You know
guitar.
when the old phone design will be replaced completely. There isn't a set date for this. It's just sort of like a when it's ready. Old parts of the phone will be slowly replaced over time as each aspect is done. If you want to know more about like when each section's replaced, I'd follow Pepe's blog. He's been actually pretty active with like blog posts just talking about like what's new and what's being replaced. Just all sorts of stuff. So if you guys are definitely